Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining on August 10th, 11 a.m. And this is Dilip Pillai from Veltec Networks. Today, we are going to talk to CPAs, and we have a good number of participants in the audience. And let's start with what we have. This is going to be a very short webinar. And if you have any questions, type it in the chat or Q&A, and we will answer them as we go on. So, do you know if your CPA firm is in compliance with IRS cybersecurity directives? That's a question to you all. You don't need to answer, you can answer it yourself. And unfortunately, many are not in that category. So what is your answer? What is the answer to protecting your privacy? How do you protect your customers' privacy? As I said, my company has been helping businesses with cybersecurity challenges, and we work with CPAs and other business owners who require certain form of data protection, and that's our specialty. So as of right now, I'm going to give you 3 business tips, survival tips, I would say, and say about cybersecurity and putting measures in place to protect your personal as well as business data. And how can you help you protect your information of your customers and employees? The big idea here is hackers spend their entire work day. It is not 8 hours, it is more than 8 hours. They can work as much as they want from wherever they are. And it can be anywhere in the world. So this is literally their full-time job, and it is called cybercrime. This is important because business owners believe that they are not the target of cyber attacks. The truth is, everyone is a target. If it is big or small, multi-billion or multi-trillion dollar company, or a small company, it can be a target for cyber hackers. Hackers do not see whom they are hacking till they get in. Until then, they only see an IP address. And they get in, and then they realize where they landed. The second business survival tip is how hackers are finding easy ways into personal and business data. The main thing to understand here is if people are not being educated of the dangers of cybercrime and how hackers are getting access to their personal as well as business data, you will keep being a target. Doesn't matter. This means business are targets irrespective of their size, irrespective of the laws, whatever the government says, it doesn't matter to them. And the reason why CPA firms are getting targeted is because they handle hundreds of thousands of data or individual data, which is valuable to the hackers. So imagine the case with your top 10 customers are getting compromised, or you are getting compromised and they are getting access to your top 10 customers. How much data is worth? The third survival tip is how easy it is to take care of the business, your business, from hackers. The key is many business owners overlook the fact that cybercrime is a $6 billion industry already, or in 2021, it has grown to the 4th largest GDP, just behind California, state of California, and that's where we are. Securing business and data network will help protect your business from hackers, and having a plan for that is very important. Now I know what you are thinking. Well, it is tricky that cybercrime is becoming lucrative for major crime as many other drug business, but you can at the same time, you can minimize the damage. That's why I have created a tax reform toolkit 2.0, which is there in the download. I will share the link at the end of the presentation and you can download it there. The checklist will show you measures you can take to help protecting your business data and the client data. It's an extract from the IRS website as well as many other cyber resources, and I am hoping that that's going to be very useful to you. So let's go back to the IRS directives, and this is going to be a taxes and security together checklist. And before we get into that, let me remind you, you need to have a security plan, a written security plan in place, which is called business continuity plan or cybersecurity plan, what you have, who has access to those data, and in case there's something else is needed, where you can get it, all these things. It should be a written security plan. And when you are selecting a service provider, whether it is a phone service provider or internet service provider, make sure that they have certain measures in place where you can help them. So what is Security 6? The IRS directive of 6 points or 6 bullets, that is what is called Security 6. First and foremost of them is Antivirus Software. This software scans the computers and memory and look for certain patterns and make sure that any anomalies are detected in advance and eliminated from harming your data. Second is firewalls. What is firewall? Firewall is another computer which is intelligent on its own or managed by a software. It shields computers and networks from malicious, unnecessary web traffic. It does not allow unless you explicitly permit to. And something called next generation firewalls, which is called UTM or Unified Threat Management. That's a combination of hardware and software. The hardware plus software which can do intrusion detection and intrusion prevention. These are the firewalls which are recommended for use. Third is two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication. What is it? It is an additional layer after the password, username, password, and another factor. It can be your phone, which you get a text message, or you can have an automatically generated random number as a second factor, which is what I would recommend. And that's a security code which is time-based. It lasts for 30 seconds, and after that, it resets. And backups. Data backup is very important. Very important in the sense that in case something happens to your computer, you have a backup of data which can go up to a certain period in time and recover the data. That's very important to have. So you need to figure out what is your time period you can wait or what is the time you can go back to. And US government recommends a 3-2-1 method. It is 3 copies of the data, 2 different media, and 1 offsite for disaster recovery. So drive encryption. Tax professionals keep very sensitive client data and users should consider encrypting the drive or encrypting the files. How to do it? There are certain software available for that. Get it. Or Windows Pro versions come with its own drive encryption software, which is called BitLocker. You need to enable that and encrypt the drive. The good thing about drive encryption is it is a added protection and eliminates a lot of your legal requirements. Last but not the least is virtual private network. Many tax firms employees are working from home. They connect to their server in the office or in the cloud and making sure VPNs make sure that these connections are secure. and VPN are needed for this. It's a secured encrypted tunnel between the computer and the server. Thank you for watching, and I hope if there are any questions, I will be happy to answer. And the first question is about antivirus software. So what is Windows? Yeah, Windows antivirus software, it is called Windows Defender, and it is come inbuilt. And why should you prefer a third-party vendor software more than Windows Defender? Windows Defender is good. It can definitely get almost 95% protection. But the idea is to have a constantly updated Windows antivirus software. And that's why I would recommend any other company like Bitdefender or McAfee, any of these antivirus software. Next question is about firewall. How can I use my Comcast firewall? Yes, you can use your Comcast firewall. Comcast firewalls are basic firewalls. It just does what is called a NAT, network address translation. It does not do anything fancy with that. It won't be able to protect you all the way. And that's why I would recommend a UTM or Unified Threat Management for the firewalls. Next question is about VPN. VPNs are Windows-based VPN. There are Windows-based VPN. You can connect directly to the Windows server, and that is not highly recommended because everything is going to your Windows server. That's not recommended at all. So you need to have a UTM. When you are using a UTM, most of the UTM vendors build their VPN service onto that. That's a very good option, and make sure that you enable two-factor authentication with that. Thank you, and there are no other questions. Thank you for watching this short webinar, and I will make sure that the recording is available to you. And if you want to download our tax survival kit, CPA tax reform.veltecnetworks.com is the link. You can go there and download it. Thank you very much.